All right, we have a beer right now that I'm very excited to review. Not only because it's the first time I've had this particular beer, it's also the first time I've ever had this particular style of beer as well. This is Samuel Adams Honey Queen, and it is a Braggot, which I just found out about the style of beer not too long ago, as a matter of fact. This one comes in at 7.5% EBV, and the style of Braggot dates back, at least the earliest references were in the 12th century in Ireland, as a matter of fact. And there are actual references to this beer in the 1300s, the late 1300s, in the Chaucer book, The Canterbury Tales. So it does have a long, long history, and it's kind of a combination of a beer and a mead, a little bit. So the honey is going to play a big-time role in this beer. They blend spices and herbs with the meat in the beer. Actually, in olden times, in taverns, they used to actually, some taverns at least, used to actually concoct the Braggot right there at the bar. I guess they had the meat and the beer, they combined them, maybe added some spices, stirred them, and gave people their drinks. So I love kind of the story behind it, and of course, the Samuel Adams Brewery always wanted to experiment around. Aside from their mainstay Boston Lager, they love just kind of experimenting and brewing different kinds of beers, kind of like Dogfish Head does. So 7.5% ABV, as I mentioned. It gets a pretty decent score on Beer Advocate, an 81%. A not so decent score on Rate Beer. It gets a 62 on Rate Beer. And they have 3 different types of honey in this beer, including chamomile, not included in the honey, but chamomile as well, and other natural flavors. I always kind of cringe when I hear natural flavors because it tastes natural, but it really is not a natural ingredient. So, yeah, basically it says exactly what I said in the at the top of this review. 12th century were the first mentions. All of Sam Adams' kind of collector's special kind of edition stuff kind of has this look to it. I really honestly thought this was Fat Jack at first because it has the same color label, but when I saw a female face instead of a pumpkin, I said probably not Fat Jack, so probably something else. We're going to pour it into a tulip glass, and as I mentioned, I am very, very excited and super super psyched to review this beer. We see a very light, citrusy, lemony kind of looking pour. Very lemony, very almost like lighter than an IPA, like a single IPA. Very translucent, fizzy head, very fizzy head, almost soda-like head. It's about a little more than a finger, maybe a finger and a fourth, maybe. And it looks like honey, as a matter of fact, as I pour it in here. So let's get the smell now of Honey Queen Braggot from Samuel Adams. It smells like a garden almost, but not quite the Cezanne kind of garden, like eating a dandelion or anything like that. Wow, it smells very honey, very effervescent. Just smells like you just kind of walked into I don't know, like a garden in ancient Greece. How about that? How's that for an illusion right there? Let's get a taste now. Wow. Very sweet, but not like killer sweet, not fake sweet, very honey sweet. The only style that I can think of, well, maybe not. Yeah, that has anything to do with this might be the, what's the German style of beer that's usually very low on the ABV. It's completely, it's completely escaping my mind. It tastes very light. It's hard to believe this is 7.5% ABV. It tastes literally like a very light, maybe 3-4%. So the 7.5% really is astoundingly deceiving. I don't really know what to base this on, so I can't really say if it's a good representation of the style or not, I don't really know the style very well. I've never had this style in my life before. But it is a very tasty beer. It's really good. The hardest part right now is the aerating. There's no aftertaste. I mean, this is just really pure good honey. No aftertaste whatsoever. I really like this beer. I really like this beer. I'm going to go ahead and give Sam Adams Honey Queen Braggot. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Almost a 9.5, but I'll round it down to a 9. As far as the appearance, it is a very honey golden kind of appearance right here. As far as the taste, great taste. The effervescence of the aroma. Maybe the honey I would like to be a tad bit stronger, and that's where I knock off a little bit of the points. The taste, very deceiving, as I mentioned. And the sweetness is perfect. It's like not... That was the one worry about reading up on this style. I thought maybe the sweetness was going to be a little too overpowering, but not at all. It is a wonderfully sweet beer. So that's why it gets a 9 out of 10 in my book. Thanks.